Hey everybody, and thank you for tuning in to Designing Rachel Marie. I am yours truly, Rachel Marie, and we're back with another video. Today's topic is actually going to be geared towards the providers of my choice for my plastic surgery journey. I will be giving you my surgeon's information as well as my recovery homes information. I will also leave all the correct spellings and the website information in the comment section below. So if you're not able to make out anything in reference, to how I'm spelling it or whatever throughout this video, you can look in that comment section and it's all listed there. Also, if this is your first video, I do ask that you go back and watch the first two videos before this. That is going to catch you up to where we are in my journey. I am really not going to spend a lot of time recapping information because I promised to keep the videos at a 10-minute max. It kind of compresses the amount of time that I have, so I really don't have time to recap information while I'm trying to put new information out. So you'll just kind of have to go back, rewatch some videos, and catch yourself up if you are just now joining. But remember, subscribe, and then also that little bell icon that actually notifies you when I upload new videos. So make sure you subscribe and then hit the bell notification, so that way as soon as I upload videos, it's going to come straight to your YouTube and you can watch the video. So, getting to my provider. The surgeon of my choice is Dr. Luis Mejia. Dr. Luis Mejia does his surgeries at the CESLIP Surgery Center. There are two main surgery centers in the Dominican Republic because that is where I'm going to have my surgery. And one of them is, of course, where Dr. Mejia is performing his surgery at. And then there's another one called CIPLA. Now, in the past, you've heard about bacterial infections and things like that coming from a surgery center. That was CIPLA. So there is CESLIP and there's CIPLA. I am going to CESLIP. That is where Dr. Mejia performs his surgery. I have some friends that have actually went to the Dominican Republic, and of course, CIPLA, they say, is the dirty hospital. And so CESLIP is a lot nicer. Of course, I haven't been there yet, so I can't actually say that testimony, but I'm actually giving you information that somebody has given me that has actually been there. So that actually brings me to why I've chosen to use the providers that I've chosen to use. I have a friend, and I know of a few other ladies that have went to this doctor. I was able to see their results, and I actually like their results. I was able to get their testimony on how their stay went, how their entire process went. I was really able to pick the brain of somebody that I could trust. And that was my biggest thing when I wanted to select a surgeon, is I wanted to get it from somebody that I knew was going to give me the real. Like, not somebody that, was just hyping up a story or whatever the case may have been just to make it sound good. I wanted to really get it from somebody I could trust. And once I was able to get it from somebody I could trust, then that helped me let my guard down about going to the Dominican Republic, because trust me, I had been doing my research on going to the Dominican Republic, but I was still very, very, very afraid because I didn't know anybody at that moment that had went. So that's a big thing. If you've never been to the country, you don't know anybody that's went, just to jump out there on faith is kind of a hard thing. And then, yes, I was watching videos on YouTube and things like that, but I didn't know anybody, and I just wanted to know somebody that went through it. So that was one of the biggest things that helped me determine where I was going. After, of course, I received that information, I went in and I did my own research, because that's just who I am. You tell me something, I'm still going to go in. I'm going to do my own digging. I looked up his mortality rate. I looked up, botched jobs, things like that. And honestly, I could not find a lot of bad feedback on the man. Of course, every surgeon is going to have a few bad stories, but honestly, his good outweighed the bad. And hey, like I said, you're always going to have a bad story. Nobody's perfect. So I get that. So based off of the personal testimony that I received and the online information that I was able to dig up and pull on him, hey, I was impressed. So, of course, I reached out. You reach out through email. He does have a website. Actually, I think when I reached out initially, it was through email, where you email him the pictures. And once you email him the pictures from all the angles, then his coordinator will get back with you with a quote. And let me say this, his coordinator is amazing. Lefny, I love you, girl. If you're watching this video, I did make sure to add her as a very close friend on my Instagram page. And of course, I will mention her in the comments below. So if you want to follow her on Instagram, she is a surgery coordinator, which means that she not only works for Dr. Mejia, but she also works for other surgeons. So if you ladies, of course, are looking for a coordinator in the Dominican Republic, she is amazing. She does a wonderful job. But yes, anyway, I reached out to her. She got back with my quote. We went over that. I actually ended up having to postpone my surgery because I relocated. So I was supposed to initially get surgery in December, but when I was promoted at work and had to relocate, I was like, okay, I can't relocate and then go into a surgery just like that. Like, I can't do it. So we had to push the surgery back, which is why we are at the May 28th date. May 28th is actually the date that I fly to the Dominican. The surgery will actually be on May 29th. So we had to change the date because I had to line that up when my kids would be on their summer break. You know, being a mother, you kind of have to plan things out, and everything just has to make sense. You can't just do what you want when you want to do it. It would be nice, but it just don't work like that. So anyway, getting back on subject, I was able to push the date out. She has been an amazing support. She has answered every question that I have. Like, literally, I woke up this Sunday morning asking a question just about paperwork and things like that. And when I tell you, on a Sunday morning, she got back to me within 10 minutes. I was impressed. So, you know, again, she gets back to me ASAP. We never have any, like, lapse in communication. She's always responsive, no matter if I, you know, email her on the weekend or whatever. And I'm sorry, I don't email anymore. We communicate through WhatsApp. I'm pretty sure you all are familiar with WhatsApp, which is super convenient because, of course, they are international. So it's like a text message. And then you can also send voice messages. So if you don't want to text, you can send the voice. Okay, so that is how we communicate. And then additionally, another reason, of course, why I chose the Dominican Republic and Dr. Mejia is I love the way that he contours the waist. I've looked at a lot of his jobs. They are very neat, very believable. I feel like he gives a very natural look to the women that he performed the surgery on. He just doesn't go, you know, super big and unbelievable when it comes to the hips and the butt area in the BBL. Like, he really truly tries to match your body frame and make it look very realistic. And that was what I want, because again, my trouble area is this abdomen area, and I need him to snatch that. Like, so, you know, that was a big focal point for me, is the way the waist was done. So those were my reasons. We went into the reference, the price, the research that I did, and then the way that he contours the waist. So I wanted to give you guys just a few facts in regards to the research that I did. So the research actually shows that Dr. Mejia is, of course, certified by the Dominican Plastic Surgery Board, which, of course, all the doctors in the Dominican should be certified by this board because they are in the Dominican. But additionally, Dr. Mejia is certified by the ASPS, which ASPS stands for American Society of Plastic Surgeons. They are a very strong advocate of patient safety. They require their members to operate in an accredited surgical facility that has to pass rigorous health code, checks, and they have to make sure that it's clean, that it's safe, that the technology is up to date. So they're not allowing them to half step it. And then also he's certified by the ISAPS, which is the International Association of Aesthetic Plastic Surgery. So again, for me, this was a big thing because in actuality, all he needed to be certified was by the Dominican. He didn't have to have the ASPS or the ISAPS. He didn't have to have any of that. But he did. And to me, that stood out. So, you know, if you're going to go above and beyond and you're going to have these certifications, that is amazing. And it, like I said, that stuck out to me. And it spoke volumes. So it helped me make my decision. Again, when you go into this, nobody is 100% sure that they're making the correct decision, but you have to kind of follow your gut, and the red flags and all of that. And honestly, this whole process has been completely stress-free. Every time I reach out, whether it was from the beginning to a quote, every time I reach out, I'm being responded to. I'm never being ignored. Everything, you know, every question I have, it's never, I don't know, let me get back to you. It's always a response, and it's always on time. I have not one complaint at this point. Again, of course, I have not made it there yet. So when I get there, of course, you will get the real deal, how I feel at that moment, because I will be recording as I'm there and witnessing, seeing everything. Like, you're going to get it. But like I said, as of right now, from this process, I'm completely happy. Now, I know I promised you guys 10 minutes. This video is going to be more. I don't know how or why, but I do apologize. But I wanted to get both the doctor and the recovery house in the same video. So my same reasons for picking this doctor is the same reason why I picked the recovery house. Because again, there's a million plastic surgeons and there's a million recovering homes. You just don't know who to go to. So I chose to go to the Healing Haven Recovery House. The coordinator or the owner there, her name is Jules. I'm sorry, I had to remember it really quick, but Jules is her name. She has been amazing. I also communicate with her through WhatsApp. I was able to send all my deposits through the Zelle app, through Bank of America. If you have like Chase and all of them, they have Zelle, and I was able to wire my money both to the plastic surgeon and my recovery home to their separate little accounts through that. So that was super simple, safe, because it literally was my bank to theirs. Very, like I said, pain-free process. The same recovery house that I'm using is the same recovery house that I received from my reference. And like I said, I wanted to use her because I trust this person's opinion. And then, of course, overall, the pricing in the Dominican Republic, please don't get this idea that it is just like dirt cheap to go to the Dominican Republic to have surgery. That is a myth, because a lot of people seem to think that it is just like super cheap. You're going to spend like $5,000 and be done. That is not the case. You might get a lower surgery price, but once you add up all the additional things that you're going to need and you're going to have to do, you still end up coming out of a pretty penny. So please do not underestimate the price of this surgery. I am going to actually do a separate video for pricing because I don't want to make this video too long. I've already exceeded the 10 minutes, but the separate video that I'm going to do in regards to pricing, I will itemize every single thing, because I have a notebook that I've been keeping track of everything in, like literally everything. Whatever I buy towards this surgery, I am keeping it in that notebook and I'm adding it up, because I want to have a accurate reading on what exactly I spent and what exactly I spent it on. I'm like that with my personal life, so just kind of ignore the OCD in it all, because like I do my personal life like that. I literally write everything down, and so I'm treating this surgery no different. And I like it because that's how you kind of develop processes and procedures. And I can actually share this notebook with somebody else that may be going through the same process, and they can kind of look at my notes, and it will give them a guide on what exactly they should be doing, because I'm documenting everything that I'm doing. So that's another video. We'll go into the prices and all of that. But my point is saying, for the prices, a lot of people just feel like people go to the Dominican because it's cheap. That's not true. It is cheaper than most of the doctors in America, but you can literally go to Miami and receive the same type of plastic surgeries for the same price that you go to the Dominican for. So that is not completely accurate when people say that it's just dirt cheap and that's why people go. And there's also other countries where people go and get surgeries. I've heard a lot about Brazil, Mexico. Like it's all kind of other places that you can go to. So anyway, I am going to just recap this video and wrap it up, but I wanted to just make sure that we touch bases again. The reference was one of the reasons why I chose this doctor. One of the main reasons, because I was able to trust that reference. Pricing, because I was able to get a lot of the stuff that I want for a fair price. The research that I did on the doctor, and the recovery home. I have ran into some, bad reviews on the recovery home, but I'm going to roll on faith and off my personal reference. Because again, like I said, you get some people that make those bad references on certain things and you just don't know. And I'm going to go based off of the person that actually told me this recovery home was awesome. So I'm going to roll with that. And then the way that he contours the waist and the results that I've seen from his surgeries. Also, when I list his information, if you want to start following some of the surgery pages, I follow him on Instagram. A lot of the stuff is updated on Instagram a lot quicker than I've noticed this on Facebook. But Instagram, another thing that he does on Instagram is when he posts a person's before and after, most of the time the person that's actually in the picture will be in the comments section where you can communicate with that person directly. Like it was a lady just like last week that they posted a before and after for, and I was like, oh my God, her results are amazing. So I commented under and was like, you look amazing. And so I actually sent her a little, follow request and asked her could I follow her story or whatever, and was just able to ask her questions like, how many weeks were you at this picture? And you'll be amazed at how many little surgery buddies or friends you'll develop just off of these social media platforms, and just people that are interested in the same type of information or the same type of procedures or whatever. Like it's a whole nother world within a world, and it's a lot of good people out there that you can connect with and learn from and just build relationships with. So don't be afraid to reach out to any of these people that you see pages, and of course don't ever be afraid to compliment the next person. Like that is like one of the things that I pride myself in. I am never gonna hate. I am always going to congratulate, honey. Like you are amazing. And that's just me. I love it and I don't mind giving compliments. So anyway, I have done way too much with this video. I kept trying to reshoot it to make it shorter. It just ain't gonna work. So thank you guys for tuning in. I'm actually quite tired, so I'm going to go to bed. And of course, if there's any further questions after I upload this video, you guys have been reaching out to me individually, and I love it. You guys are absolutely amazing. So continue to reach out to me, because honestly, that motivates me, that pushes me, and this is like my life right now. Like surgery is my day in and my day out, of course, outside of my normal job and my mother task. This is all my spare time, and it's keeping me focused on the goal. And if you guys are counting down with me, great, and I hope this is helping you guys as well. Also, I downloaded the other day this countdown app, and I just wanted to make sure that I told you guys about it. It's a countdown app that literally you put your date for whatever you're counting down to, and it helps you count down your day to the hour to the second. So again, we are at 48 days for me at this point. So thank you guys. We have already knocked down 12 days since we started this channel, because remember we started at 60. So again, thank you guys for tuning in and joining. We definitely got to get those subscribers up. So make sure that you share this page with anybody who's interested, because of course that's how we're going to get the word out there. That's how we're going to build a community. I also have some other plans that I want to launch soon. So literally stay tuned, because I have some other stuff that I want to do with you guys, and a community that I want to build so we can really communicate. So share the information again, and thank you so much, and we will talk in a few days. Bye.
Every single day